What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to restore the prophecy from Secret of Mana. So, let me get, and it sounds like this. It's the third flammy flight thing. Like, when you fly with the flammy, it's like in the third half of the game. There's three different songs that play when you fly on the thing. This one's like the third and last one that plays, I think. So let me play a little bit of that to start out with. I'm just gonna go and drop my MIDI in here while I wait, while it plays. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Um, looks like, what do we have? Let me see. What do we have in the first channel? Let's isolate that one. We have a piano. So we go to contact and then I drop my piano in. And then I'm gonna take the panning for this. Let's see, everything's actually center so far. So it looks like everything is center on this. We don't have to do any panning work at all. Wow, nice. So that just means I have to now copy this. There's like one bar of piano stuff. So let's copy this. And right click, first empty, and call this piano. And then paste that there, and that's going to be an octave too low, so we go control up. Perfect. Okay, so now I want to say, what else is in the, what's this part here? I think it's strings, because I could hear the strings a little bit. Yeah, some rapid strings. Or sustained strings, actually. And it plays twice, whatever it is. So let's copy that. And it sounds like there's a lot of, like, delays in the form of reverb on this. Like, it's hard because it's rapid notes, but it sounds like there's, like, delays on it. Nice. So we'll work on that later. Let me give this a mixer track. Send it to track 1. And then call that piano. So what's next is we just need the sustained strings. So that should be just an envelope. Wait, actually, I think I modified the loop point. I don't need to do that. Like the start point. That's why they're called sustained strings. I just need my regular strings then. The Yamaha A4000 strings. So now that's on channel 2, and this we're going to give a separate master output channel. and send it to plugin outs 3 and 4. And so I want to send that to +1 on the next mixer track over. I'm going to call this strings. And so now I've copied that part, and now let me make a new one, call it strings. And so I'll paste this here, and let's see. Oh wait, it's sent to channel 1 by default, so let's send it to channel 2. Alt-C. Wait, but it's not, doesn't need to go an octave up. But it has too much release on it. These strings are meant to have are started off with the like 500 milliseconds of release. So let's give it like 178. Maybe I need a little more than that, like 200. Now there's a little bit of natural attack in these notes. Maybe not. Some of them have it. Because if you listen to how it sounds in the original, it's very much a very sharp start. So maybe we can artificially make that sharpness with a little bit of an envelope. Let's see. Let me turn that up a bit. Yeah, so we're basically correcting that natural rise in the and what's it called, in the samples like start, because it starts out kind of quiet on the sample. The beginning is pretty quiet. So we're just correcting that with an envelope. I'm trying to kind of evening out the volume. There we go. That's good for that channel. So we got channel 1 complete. Hey, Jamin. Hi, how are you? Welcome, Arthur. I'm good. How are you? Welcome to the stream. We're doing the prophecy from Secret of Mana, and we've just begun. So let's see what's now in the next channel. Ooh, choirs. So let's go and let's get out of this first. Let's go and drop our choir in, which is, I'm using, he technically got this from the TG77, but I'm using the SY99 version because it's already compiled into a contact instrument, and it is exactly the same as it sounds on the TG77. So I've checked it, and so we have this. What is in the second half of this song? Oh, it stays choir. Okay. So it stays choir. We just need to copy this whole thing, really. Okay, so we are starting a new one. Let's see, choir. Choir, and now we paste it. Oh, but I don't need all this. I can remove all these repetitions. Hiccups. Let me cut out all this. Actually, let me just set the snap to a bar, and then Control Delete. Hiccups again. And this part plays twice, so let me just Control Delete that too. So now we have a non-repetitious line here. So let's see. Oh, but it's pointing to channel 2, so let's change it to channel 3. Alt-C. I think that's a lower octave. Let's go up an octave. It's gonna be a problem. It needs to be more Needs to be more staccato though. Let's try to let's try to change that. Let's take out, okay, so this one also has 500 milliseconds of release. Let's set that to like 200. That's much better. And because these are a lot of very repetitious notes, let's randomize the velocities to give it some more expression. Makes a little bit of a difference. Okay, so that's that whole bar. That's that whole track. Now we can move on. Let's see. We got a marimba. So that's from the Sound Canvas VA. Actually, it's specifically from the SC55 or the Roland U220. I can't tell which, because they're both the same instrument. And it's all marimba. So we go to the SC55 map and go to chromatic percussion and marimba. And then let's see, I have to disable the reverb here because by default it has some reverb, and I also have to I have to take down the release because it has some natural release that's like too much. And now I just copy this. But I only need this small section because everything else is just repetitious. Actually, this is 2 bars. There's 2 bars that are unique of this part. And I think that's all. Wait. Oh, wait, this is like... This is not even 4/4. What is this? Because I can see... let me try to change the time signature here. And this is... I need to be on the pencil for that. Set time signature to 3/4. Let's see if that does it. No, that doesn't do it. I think it's just there's a lot of uniqueness in there because in here it was just I'm pretty sure these were all the same. Like wait, no, these are different. I have to be more aware of how I'm doing this. Let's see. So this line, the piano part but the piano part had to be repeated, right? No, actually, let's see. I'm trying to figure out the pattern here. It cuts in sometimes. See, actually, it's kind of all over the place. So I think I just have to take this whole thing because there's really no real repetitions here. Maybe here because this one both ends on a note right here, like this kind of pattern. So maybe it's all repeated from this. Let me try to copy this. Or let me look at this one. So that might be where because the next bar goes the same. More of the same. And so, let's see. I'm just kind of analyzing here. I think that should be like a whole repetition. Actually, it's yeah, I think it repeats twice. This whole pattern, like, that doesn't even say, yeah. Actually, I'm just gonna take the whole thing. It helps to just take the whole thing because this is gonna be too complicated. So for the piano here, I should delete this and then just paste this here. And remember that we also have to put it up an octave. But I can hear repetition in there. Yeah, it's very repetitious, but where is that repetition? Because I can't see it, but it's definitely there. Are we sure it's not 3/4? Yeah, it's definitely not. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep it like that because I'm not that curious. We don't need to condense it that much. It's just. So if I just put it like that, it's fine. And then the same goes for the choir. Because the choir is something a bit unique. Even though I can hear where the repetition is, I can't tell where it is, so I don't know where to make a cut. Let me just. So let me move this over, and actually I'm gonna have to just move this somewhere because I don't exactly know how long the pattern is. So there it is, and this goes up an octave, and then I just fill in the gap right here. Oh, but remember, it's got to go to channel 3. And then that part repeats. And so now we have this marimba that is really never, it's really kind of just never repeating. So let's copy that and right click, find first empty, call this marimba. And then we paste here, and I'm going to say I want this to be channel 1, Alt C, and let's see. But it has to go down an octave. And this VST is too quiet, so we set the volume multiplier to 150%. And so that's the right octave, right? It's not 2 octaves down? Yeah. But I think it should be sharper still. Let's see. Well, we'll raise that in post, but... Definitely the SC55 one works better. But I felt like there was more highs on that one. Yeah. Probably because it's a lower sample coming up. So that's good. Let's call this marimba. And let's send it to a mixer track. And then we move on. Ooh, we got a flute. Okay, now this will show me a little bit more about what time signature we're actually in. Because, let's see, I can clearly see where this is repeating. Let me try, let's see, because the nature of the time signature is that you have 4 counts of 4. And in 3/4, you have 3 counts of 4 before it repeats. So how many counts of 4 is this before it repeats? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means, and you can divide 10 into 5 by going, let's see, is it 4? Would it be 4, 5 or 2, 5? Oh, wait, that's the numerator. Operator is 5. Yeah, so it would be like 4, 5, like 5, 4, like kind of like Dave Brubeck. Let's see. So yeah, that's the timing of our piece is actually 5, 4, at least until we get here. Then it starts to get weird because now we have this odd part out and there's no repetition here. So we have a change here. So what is this? Let's find out. Let me see if it's 3, 4. Yeah, it is 3, 4. So that works. That's good. So we have 5, 4 going to 3, 4. Which is what it is. So let's change the project. Go to project general settings and set the numerator to 5. And then now we can remove this time signature change because they're all, by default, it's in 5. And then it just changes to 3, 4. So that's good. We can do that now. If we go to these other patterns, we can probably clearly see where the repetition is. Like now I can clearly see like this is a repeating thing every bar. So if I just cut this, yes. If I just cut this at a bar, we'll be in good shape. That solves the mystery. Hey, this is probably one of my favorite from the soundtrack. Looking forward to this one. All right. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy. So we now have this clean 1-bar repetition of all of these things actually, and this one needs a time signature change because this one is from the second half, which means it's in 3, 4. And because I have to click the pencil tool, move this thing. Now this one, on the other hand, we can remove this. We can remove the space here with Control Delete, and then now we just have to set a time signature change right here and call it 3, 4. And then the same for the marimba. So we select this bar, select all these bars, Control Delete. And then we set a 3, 4 time signature at the end. So now that means if we place the MIDI, we have to take all of these here and line them up. Now this is our pieces. The rest of this is repetition so far. So we just make a slice here with these two. And then we take this second half, put it here, and now I need to set a time signature change in the playlist when we switch to 3, 4. And then I can do Control B to duplicate this. And then I can go here and do Control B, 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 B to create just a bunch of these. I want to take down the piano a little bit. And I need to create a mixer track for the wire. So let's send this to a new master output channel. And go to the plugin out and send it to plugin out 5 and 6. And then tell FL Studio to send 5 and 6 to the third mixer track over, which is track 4. Let's call this choir. All right, so and we have that. I want to hear that marimba more. So maybe we turn all those down 3 dB, and then we raise the marimba 3 dB. Nice. Because the piano should be... The marimba is actually supposed to be the loudest thing in this mix. After the, and then the, choir is second. And then the quietest is actually the piano. So... And so to fix that, I'm going to actually set the volume to 200%, the volume multiplier. That ought to fix it. So now if we full screen this, all we have to do is set that like this. So we have to have the marimba as the loudest, and the choir is the second to loud, and the piano is the second to loudest. No, the choir is supposed to be the second to loudest. The piano is the quietest. That looks about right. Nice. Okay, so with that out of the way, now we can gear up to record our flute. And let me actually do the flute last, because I want to get all these repetitious stuff first. We have more strings here. So we have some more strings. Let's copy this. And then I'm going to put that in the strings patch, in the strings pattern that we created. This is just another layer of the strings. And then let me select this note and Alt-C to make it all the same, to make it all the same channel. And then what is going on in the next one? We have more strings. Nice. And so then, let's see. And then we have more strings in that one, but both of these are strings to start out with. So for this one, which one am I in? Yeah, I'm in the first one. So let's grab this. I love those strings. Ooh, yeah, they're nice strings. Nice bassy strings. And so let's go back to our strings channel and let's take this and move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Let's paste this. And this is the third layer, I think. Wait, no, that's the first one. I had just forgot I copied the other one already. So that's this, and then we want to move our 3/4 time signature change here, and move this over. And then let's send this all to the same channel. But this doesn't even look like 5/4 because this is like breaking the beat. So that would mean it's like 5/3? No. 5 let me see. If I make a time signature here, what would make sense here? 5/3? No, that doesn't exist. Gotta be something 4. We've already tried everything. No, that doesn't work. I don't know. It just goes in the middle of the beat. Weird. So anyway, now we have one more piece of this to grab. And that is this. The rest is flute. And so now we Alt-C to change this to the same channel. And then now we go into the playlist. And I need to make a cut here because FL Studio doesn't exactly do well with time signature changes in regards to the grid snapping. And I think the strings should be louder than that. Let me see. Probably. Yes. Okay, something's wrong there. Let's see. Oh yeah, the strings are misaligned now. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I just need to stretch that out. Slice here and then duplicate this. And actually, I can move all these strings up to the next channel. Very repetitious notes here. Let's try to go in the marimba. Let's try to do that same thing we did before. Let's give these repetitious notes some randomization as far as the volume goes. Helps a little bit, not much. Let's try it with these strings too. Let me select this and go to randomize. Nice. Okay, so so now we just need to record the flute. Let's see. How do you determine the time signature for a song or a section of a song? You just listen to their beat, or can you visualize it in the piano roll? Mostly, it's easier for me to visualize in the piano roll because when I look at this, if I see that there are obvious repetitions here that are not aligning, like these 3 notes right here, and I recognize they're not falling on the same place each time, I know that's like not intended. So I can say, hey, that's probably it's probably a different thing here, and you can kind of count in your head. Like if I say that I need to count on a thing, so I can say that this 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. But the problem with this one, you can count it. It's just that all these things are so similar. It's not easy to hear where the beat starts. And so that's why I was trying to look at it visually by seeing where this, right, like where these notes show the same pattern. But because they're so similar, it's hard to even see that. So it didn't work until I moved on to this one. And I was like, oh, I can see that and I can hear it. So, but I don't have a, let's see. Like this one, you can kind of count that it's 3, 4, the strings, because it's like the 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The beats are a little lopsided, but you get the point. You can visually see that it's in the same place every time. It looks nice and snug. See, and it does help with the lining. And does it help with aligning the notes? It does help. It helps it look pleasing. It helps it look organized for me. And it does help because I know where to put, like where to drag things now. I know where it's like everything is supposed to start and stop. It just really feels really organized to me, and I need that. Like it helps when you're trying to play certain things, and if certain things feel cluttered. So this is all except for the flute. Now I need to record the flute. I need to go into. Oh, I'm already in 48. Wow. Okay. Well, since we're here, we'll just put in a Edison for recording, and I'm gonna put on a limiter so I can see how loud to make the thing wherever. Okay, here it is. So now I'm gonna take you guys to where I have my TG77, and you can see what we have here. Let me watch the monitor. You can see that we have the unit here. It's a physical unit. I don't have a digital version of this, and we have to use a 110 to like 120 to 110 volt converter because we're in America, and this is a Japanese machine. Japan uses 110 volts. So if you turn this on, now it's converting us to 110 volts. Oh, and I have to show you the actual machine. So push the button to turn the machine on, and now you can see it's doing stuff. It's not backlit, so that's a pain. There's no light in the screen, so it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, there you can see it. So we're on the flute right now, so we don't need to change anything. I just need to go to effects bypass, and so that we don't get the reverb of the unit. Disables the reverb and delay effects. So now I just want to align my video, and now I want to go to the master and select in2 as my input because I'm sending the TG77 through my Scarlett, my Focusrite Scarlett, and that's going to go and record through that. So now I just want to check and make sure that the volumes are aligning, and this is going to be really loud, so I'm going to lower you guys' volume, lower FL Studio's volume for you guys. So let me play. Whoops. That is not what I wanted to record. Let's see. Oh, I'm not recording, so it doesn't matter, but I need to go and take this flute. I forgot about this part. I need to take this flute and go and paste it into a pattern. And I don't need to name this because I don't think the flute has a envelope. You see, if I isolate the flute. It actually does have an envelope. It has a volume envelope. Actually, I think it doesn't. I think that's just the effects going in there, like the reverb. It does feel very start and stop, so I'm going to say it doesn't need an envelope. So we don't need a special pattern for this. I just need my MIDI out and to send it to port 2, because that's where my USB thing to control the my USB MIDI cable to control the TG77 is going. And so now with that said, if I paste these notes in here, I should be able to hear the flute, and it's got to go up an octave. So let's control up. No, but now I can't hear it for some reason. Now, why is that? Yeah, I have the flute selected, and it's just not putting, and I'm getting the input on my Scarlett. It's just not coming out for some reason. Oh, because the mixer track is not on. You have to click this little red button to arm the mixer track for some reason. And I can see that it's loud, so let me turn it down. Now let me raise the gain knob until it goes high. Okay, so that's good. Now we can press record. But actually, there's another part of this song that uses the flute. It's just in a different channel. It's this one right here. So let me just take one of these loops and paste it into the pattern, but give it some space because we want the release of the flute on those last notes. So this ought to do. And I have to actually I have to go and raise this up an octave. So control up. And so now I just press record and go press play. Disable recording and stop playback. And then I'm going to go to trim side noise, normalize, and save. Then I go to Mana, TG77 recordings. Let's call this Prophecy underscore flute. And so then I go to TG77 recordings, Prophecy flute, and then trim it down to let's go to beat snap. Actually, I'm gonna need half a beat. So I go to this, and then you just repeat this the whole time, pretty much. And then this next part, I just go like this, extend it out, and trim it down to that. And this goes in the same channel. I just need that release from both of them. And so this repeats, and then that's it. So now we have the whole song. Don't forget to set this to 41% because it's going to be too loud like this. I think the flute needs to be louder, so let's turn everything else down. And let me send the flute to a mixer track. Let me just remove the prophecy from that. And let's set the volume to 50%. That sounds about right. Either way, we're good. So I'm gonna set the sample rate back to 44.1 so we can do the mixing. Let me save this as prophecy, this project. Oh yeah, FL volume is low. That's right. I forgot to turn it back up after I recorded. So let me play it for you guys real quick. Oops. Nice. The volume sounds nice. So let's just, so now that this is all without FX, mind you. So we're gonna need to mix it and add reverb and delay. And so, but first let's switch back to 44.8 because we don't want to be mixing in higher quality. We need it for recording, but not for mixing. And you know, this is like, we can mix in lower quality. I just don't want to put a lot on the processor. So let's save the changes, save the project first, because it has to restart. Let's call this prophecy. And then we go and reload the project. And let's remove Edison. And then we want to go and just mix each of these individual. I'm going to solo the piano first of all. So now let's see what we're working with here. Let's see what we want it to kind of sound like, what we're using as a reference. So it's quite a dark piano. So let's take down some of the highs. But not too many of them because we want it to have some brightness to it. We don't want it to sound low quality. Want to EQ out certain parts of it. Nice. Okay, and let's give it a little bit of chorus for dynamics. Nice. Let's saturate it a bit. I don't think we need that. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it sounds a little nicer like that. So now for the strings. Actually, we should send this. I gotta do my reverb and mixing, so let me send this to accompaniment. Accompaniment reverb. And let's set our reverb to brown. Let's set that to 25% in 3 seconds. And now I think I want some delay on this, right? Yeah, I want some delay on this too. Let me go to the piano and add Fruity Delay 3. And let me try. That's too rapid. Yeah, that sounds good. Look at that. Yes. A little bit of filter on it. That sounds perfect. Now let's check out these strings. Sounds pretty good. Nice. Now let's boost the lows a bit. Nice. And let's saturate it a bit. Just a little bit, not too much. I think it's good like that, actually, without it. And maybe an exciter we can put on it. There we go. We could turn that down a bit too. Nice. And does that need any reverb, or is it like reverb free? It does have some reverb, yeah. Nice. So let's go to the marimba now. Let's see. LOL, this is giving me a headache. Really? Ah. Is it too much? I don't know. What is it? Too much repetition? Sometimes I forget how much repetition this would be for some people. Is it Sam jamming yet? Sam is always jamming. That's how it flows. Like, yeah, that's my natural state of mind. Is jamming. So now let's try this marimba out. Now this is, let's see. There's a lot of delay. So we just need to do the same fruity delay thing that we did before. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of delay he's using. I think it's less powerful though. Yes, there we go. And there's more highs here. More of a click. Yes, there we go. That's where it should be. Now let's give it some chorus. Okay. But make it, that sounds nice. Now let's give it a little bit of saturation. Yes, not too, but that's a little too much. That's good. I like that. Now we just need to give it some reverb, which we're going to use the accompaniment again. Might be able to make this skip the reverb though, because I think it's all just delay. No, I think it needs it. It's just because of the graininess of the reverb in the SNES. When's the next stream? The next stream will be Sunday, I believe. What's today? 22nd. I have nothing going on the 23rd, so let me make sure that I have nothing going on the 23rd. No, I do have something going. So the next one will be the 24th. Next stream is the 24th. Around this time, maybe during the day more. But it's better, is it better to be later or earlier for Europe? Because a lot of times I'll stream at noon, in noon EST, 12 EST for but I don't know if it's better to go around this time. Like now it's like 7 EST. And I started at 6. Okay, so that's good. Let's see. I'm gonna have to tag out. Oh yeah, the rapid dings in this jam section are driving me insane. Sorry, I didn't. I forget as a producer. Like, if people don't like repetition, I like repetitive sounds. Yeah, it's midnight here. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That makes sense because you're like, so you must be like 5 hours ahead. Yeah, 5 hours ahead. Oh yeah, Sweden, right? Sweden's like 5 hours ahead. So yeah, so that's it. Might be a little bit much to deal with at midnight, but I'll try to reduce the number of repetitions that I use and that I use in my stream. So, but anyway, if you are going, have a good night and sleep well. And oh, we got a smile from someone named Noah. Nice smile. Always good to have a smile. So flute. Let's check out this flute now. Wait, I forgot the choir. So this choir, these little like choir staccatos. I don't even know how you do that. I couldn't do that. Actually, it's 1 a.m., so 6 hours. Sleep tight. Ah. All right. Have a good night, man. Thank you for coming again. All right. So this choir, I want to give it some chorus because it is a mono sound. And one of the good way to stereoize a mono sound is to give it a chorus, slight chorus. So we can go get it heavier on that. Give it some more stereo. And I want to saturate that a bit. Boost it. Yes. That's very nice. I also want to boost the highs because it's very muffled. Sounds very muffled. Nice. That sounds good. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, so that's good. And now let's give it accompaniment reverb as well. That's good. I think I also want to give it the delay that we've been using for everything. So 1/1.5, which would be 124. Set the offset a little bit off for the panning and set the wet to be lower. Let's see. And then the spread is going to be a little bit. And then we set it to ping pong. Nice. Now we have a big old stereo sound. So let's go on to the flute. And let's give that flute some chorus. So now we set this to slower. Nice. Now I don't think we need to saturate it, but let's boost the highs. Yeah. You want to hear that breath in it. You want to hear that breath at the top. But there's some highs that I want to kind of wean out there. Yeah, I can do that with the... Yeah, if you take that out, that 4K region, it really takes a lot of the edge off. Okay, that's enough repetition for a minute. Get some silence in. Ah, this is good for me too, because I think it subconsciously agitates me hearing those repetitions all the time. So now we just unsolo the flute and like let everything play back again. And then I forgot to check the strings whenever they're high. Let me check. They sound good. Yeah, that sounds good. Nice and warm. So let's enable everything. And then I want to listen to how this is affected by the whole thing. Oh, but the piano, did we... Oh, I forgot to send the flute to a bus. That's right. So let's send this to accompaniment reverb, and I'm going to use another realm for this. Send this to 25%. 3 seconds. And the flute, if I recall correctly, also sounded like it had... Flute also has some delay on it. I forgot about that. Set this to 124, about. And there we go. Let me solo the flute. That sounds about right, right? I think it's a bit more, there's a bit more echoes. Yes. Maybe the rest of them, some of the other ones should have more echoes too. No, that one's good. That one's good too. Those ones that have a lot of repetitious notes, you don't want too many echoes. But this one is good because it doesn't really repeat a lot. So let's put this in the full mix and play. And let's check that against the full mix. Sounds good. Okay, now we just need to master it because it's pushing the compressor a little bit too much. So we want consistency. We want a consistent volume, or a more consistent volume, I should say. Let's check out the bass. This one doesn't have a lot of bass, and actually I'm trying to see if I might need to put more bass in the strings. No, it doesn't have that much bass. So now let me set the bass frequencies. Like, what am I? This is a 3-band compressor. So I have 3 different bands to compress the volume with. So I have to define the low, high, and mid. So let me see what I want to be my low. I'm going to look at the graph and see. It's a cool sound. That's a good way, that's a good place to draw the line. That is like the bassy portion of it. And so now we can define the mids. That's good, that sounds right. Now let's define the highs. What constitutes highs? That's pretty high. Yeah, that can stay as it is. And the mids are very loud, almost pushing 0 dB on its own. So let's see, maybe we can give more of this load to the highs. That makes sense. So now we can say, hey, I want to compress the volume a little bit. And this is the curve that's going to happen. That's a bit much. It still sounds a little compressed, so let's give it some more. Oops, switched kind of fast there. Okay, now let's move on to the, well, actually I forgot to do the bass entirely, so let me see. We can stop it right here. We can limit it right here and then start cutting right here. Maybe, no, that's good. That's good. And then this one, we're just cutting a little bit. And so you mostly want to keep it just a trimming a bit off the top. So we can set the ceiling here and the curve here. Ooh, that's a big spike. What? So in the second half, it goes to town on the highs. So now if we unsolo the highs, we can hear the full thing. And now we still have quite a few spikes. So let me take down the gain. Let's see. Oh man, this is chef's kiss. Oh, glad you like it. Welcome, Ed. Let me raise it up a bit. So those are pretty good levels. We might be able to trim a little bit more off of that, though. It's just that we're already doing so much to that. No, I think this is solid. Yeah, this looks like it'll work. Let's see. Nice, and there actually is a little bit of bass there. It's the marimba. Cool, so that works. I think that sounds really good. I'm gonna give it an ending now. So let me duplicate this with Control B. Wait, no, that's the flutes thing is ruining us. Let me copy and then paste, and now it's gonna send it on a weird grid thing. No, it's not. It's good. And so now I can give these things a final note. Let's see, what do we want to end it on? The first note is going to be a D. So when we bridge it, we go like so maybe I could just, let's see, send this to a D, and that would be all well and fine. Just do like a bar of D. And that should be fine. Make me feel fine. And then for the choir, I'm just do the same thing. So it's pretty much the same, playing the same thing. Oh, wait, but it ends on D. Maybe, let's see, what do we start on? Oh, we do start on D, so that's good. Nice. And let's see. And let's end like that. How about a G and a D? Oh, but this is that's a choir. It starts down there, but we don't want it down there. That would not connect well. I forgot to have the what is it called? The first off, I have to change back the time signature to 5/4. Then I have to change it to 3/4 again. And now we have this final note that aligns. That's a good ending. I might want to add the bass in there too. Oh, it's a D and an A actually. But I think the G works well because it's kind of leading into the G. Nice. I think the bass notes are a bit much. Yeah, we don't need those bass notes. Nice. So I'm going to play this through a couple of times without talking, and then you guys can listen to it and let me know what you think. I think I could probably bring this down for a little bit of bass value because this is supposed to stay a bass. Yeah. I like that ending even better now. I'm gonna play it one more time, and I'm gonna use my speakers this time. One more time. All right, I'm gonna have to shut off my mic because if I use my speakers, so it's just a different perspective to use the speakers. want to because I feel like the marimba in the second part is just having too much highs as opposed to the other part. So let me whoops. Let me try to mediate that by using a Maximus on the marimba. And we're gonna set the ceiling to be like this. There we go, that's much better. Let's see. I'm trying to get that those highs down a little further because in the thing they're kind of poking out. Like right here. And now if I play it, let's see. I love how it sounds. I can hear the thunders that are happening in the game when this plays on my head. Oh, is that what that is? Is that what like is always like crashing in the when you're flying with the Flammy? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I'm just giving it a little bit of a mixer critique. It's almost done. I can feel it. I feel it. That's about where sounds really. I like the way this sounds. I'm gonna play it one more time, and then we'll quit. And we will be streaming again on Monday. On Monday. I just want those two notes to feel consistent, because when it changes from this note to this note in the marimba, it just sounds really inconsistent. This might be a reason. Well, it's better now, but if I go to... That's good. Yeah, that works. Let's see. Someone says maybe the next one will be Leave Time for Love. Let me see. Let me see what's next on the chopping block. It's 29. No, next one is Steel and Snare. Steel and Snare is number 30. This is 29. So next one will be Steel and Snare. Now, let's see. Nice. Okay, so that sounds good to me. That's where we'll cut it for today. And we'll be back to stream on Monday with Steel and Snare. And this will be up tonight on YouTube. Yeah, I should be able to put this up tonight. This video will be up tonight. And then Monday we'll come back with Steel and Snare. All right, guys, thank you for coming to the stream, and I hope you enjoyed. So we will be back Monday. Jam and Sam out.